Hey, Uniquely Cindy here, and I have a unique adventure for us today. My husband told me about a cemetery that he had seen on his way to another town, and so I come looking for it, and I had a time. It is in the middle of a field, a farmer's field, and they've just plowed the fields, and it looks like an island. I'm going to show you, when I walk back to the car, I'm going to show you a distant view of it so you can see how it looks like an island. But if you look off in the distance there, you will see my car. I'm trying to find it for you. There it is. And that's how far out it is. I walked across this field. I got permission and walked across this field. And this is a unique little cemetery, number one, because it's just in the middle of a field. And I'm going to show it to you as I discover it, because it is a little on the grown-up side, and I don't want to run across a snake or anything, and I don't want to disturb the cemetery that much. They have been working on it, I was told, trying to restore it. But this is the Crumpler family. This is John Crumpler, who was born in 1851 and passed away in 1927. And then this is Wilhelmine Ann, born in 1866 and passed away 1930. And both graves are marked father and mother. And then here is another Crumpler family. This is Richard Crumpler, born in 1886, passed in 1966, marked father, and Ophelia Crumpler, 1897 to 1947, mother. And looks like we might have some lilies sprouting up out here. Very pretty. I know the Crumpler resting places has got them surrounded the graves, so they're going to be beautiful when they bloom out. Here we have another Crumpler family, mother, and there's also a name Clyde or Clydell, 1891 to 1946, and then we have father Frank Crumpler, and I just stepped in a sticker bush, 1880 to 1948. Very beautiful artwork on this one. I know they asked me about the fact that I was videoing graves, and I told them another 100 years from now these probably won't even be here, and we want to save as much history and documentation as we can. This looks like this is a hand-done tomb. It says Ira Crumpler, 18, let me get a little closer. I'll make sure I don't pick up the poison ivy. 1891 to 19, looks like 11. Beautiful hand-drawn daisy there. This is very overgrown, so I'm being a little careful where I step. Okay, here we have John Joyner, born, let's see, looks like 1911 and passed away 1916. Just a child. Ooh, I'm sorry about that. It's going to be a little shaky. I apologize. Here we have a Alma, daughter of, I'm not going to butcher that name. Looks like it might be German. Says 1918 born, but then it says died 1914. I think that may be backwards. Yeah, it does say 1918 born and 1918 passed. So I believe that was put on there backwards, which happens. Ouch. Okay, here is another one. This is an infant, daughter of, oh, that name is Starlings. Born in 1921 and passed away. No, this is an infant, so that can't be right either. Let's see. 1921 and passed away in 1921. Lord, just babies. Let me go back to this other infant's grave and see if I can make out the date on it. I've got the sun behind me, so it's making it hard. No, that one still says 1918 to 1914. Okay. And then here we have John Joyner. That's the footstone to the headstone we read just a minute ago. And then here is a pretty little marble slab, but it is just solid marble. There's nothing written on it. You can tell somebody's been out here working to restore it. Let's see if I can get out of the sun so we can not see the shadow. This is another starling. Looks like it says infant, but I don't see any dates on it. Part of the stone is broken. I'm going to step over here to these. I am so glad my husband called and told me about this. Okay, this is J.F. Stallings, October 1858, passed away on September the 11th, 1925. When the soul awakeneth and the shadows flee. Very pretty. Okay. And here we have Rhoda, wife of J.F. Stallings, died 1900, age 40 years. And that has, I'm going to have to look up this anchor. I'm seeing it on a lot of the graves, and I thought that it was part of the military, but it is an anchor and ivy leaves, and it's usually on women's graves. So I'm not sure about what that one stands for. I think we did these a few minutes ago. This is Bud Crumpler, 1893 to 1910. Jesus called and he answered. And this is Clifton Crumpler, 1899 to 1928. This one's got some beautiful pink roses on it. And it says Martha, wife of Franklin Stallings, died October the 10th, 1890, age, I believe that says 84. Yep, 84 years. Honored, beloved, and wept. Here mother lies. Honored, beloved, and wept. Here mother lies. Beautiful. This is another one with the anchor and the ivy. Well, it's hot coming across that field. Okay, here is another infant. It says infant of J.F. and Rhoda. Looks like 1889. That one too has the anchor and ivy. Now that's unusual on an infant's grave. Usually it's a lamb or a cross or something like that. Here is another one that I know my shadow is blocking. This is an infant of J.F. and Rhoda Starlings, 1900. Here is another infant of the Starlings, same family. 1889. And then this is the mom and the dad here, the starlings. We did them a few minutes ago. You can look out across there. There's more of the field going into that tree line back there. Here we have a grave, and over here we have a grave. The headstones are broken and pretty much obliterated. And here we have one that scared me. I thought it was a snake. Right here, it says, it's another child. I hope you can read it because I'm trying to hold up the stone so I can't get close enough to read it. The stone was lying down. Okay, well, maybe we can read it now. Let's see. The date's obliterated, but it's an infant's grave. Here we have Jetty Joyner, born in 1925 and died in 1927, just a little one. And that's a hand-carved or handwritten stone. What a beautiful breeze that feels like. Here we have a metal pipe sticking up out of the ground, and there's a tombstone. I think these pipes are probably here to mark graves, or it's a gate that one time stood. Let me see. I can't move that one. That's a slate, and there's no visible writing on it. So as you can see, there are probably many more unmarked graves in here because time and all has just broken up the stones and they're no longer viable. But to the families that are buried out here, thank you for letting me visit. I pray soon that this is totally restored. And to the people that helped me get back here, that I stopped on the roadways and asked how to get back here and finally found somebody that I got permission from to come back here, I thank you. It is a lovely, lovely graveyard. Now here you'll see a field stone. So that's marking a grave. All right, if I can get down off this little hill here without rolling, we are going to start walking back across the field, and I'm going to turn around and take a shot of the beautiful piece of land it's on. And by the time they finish restoring it, you know, there's no telling how many more graves that they will find back there. We'll go a little bit further away. It's a big piece of property out here in the middle of this field. Okay, you can see the cemetery there. Beautiful pine trees and some oak trees, and it goes all the way down there, and then the rest of it is surrounded by field. So it was an adventure to get there. And looking at this field as I was coming across, I believe they plant cotton out here, because in different spots all through the field you can find leftover cotton from last year where they've turned the ground over. They're getting ready to plant again. So thank you once again for joining me on this unique adventure. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment, even if it's just to say hi. I look forward to hearing from you. I like to know that you're watching the videos. And join us again for another unique adventure with Uniquely Cindy. Have a great day.